Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be talking about some of the updates that has been happening in my life and basically what I'm currently doing. So for the past 4 years, I think I've mentioned in passing, I've been studying computer science here at the University of Illinois, or UIUC, and it has been a whole 4 years since I've done that. And what that means is I am officially graduating. So by the time this video goes up, I would have graduated, hopefully, and I would be, you know, out of from the school. And I've been studying computer science here, and that's why I've been very passionate about some of this AI and a lot of the CS videos. But today I'm just sort of going to be wrapping up this chapter in this video and going through some of the stuff I've done. And as well as this might be the last video that I will be doing in this particular room. I'm going to be moving to a different location since I won't be at school anymore. And you can probably see in the background, I'm just going to start with what I'm doing right now. I am currently packing. There's boxes everywhere. There's things all over the floor. And it's just been kind of hectic. Honestly, I probably should have started packing earlier. And that's something that probably a lot of us do. And probably the people who are really, really good at scheduling and planning, they're screaming and like, why are you packing so late? And the answer is, there are things that I thought I was gonna use and I didn't want to pack it away, and then I ended up not using them, so I probably should have packed them earlier. But yeah, that's just how life is, and I'm just in the middle of doing that, packing and moving stuff to storage and moving out. So it's definitely a hectic process. Now back to, I'm going to talk a little bit about the past 4 years here. It's been a very fun 4 years, and it's definitely moved quite fast. Like when I first entered, I was thinking, it's going to be 4 years and it's going to be basically as long as high school, and I didn't know what to expect because it was the first time, moving to a college campus, and there's a lot of things that about college, like college classes or like, party lifestyle, things like that. And it's just interesting to see what I've done in the past 4 years, and also interesting to know to been through it, and especially been through COVID, which I'll talk about a little bit later on in this video. So I think over the past 4 years, I met a lot of people and formed a lot of great friendships with them, and people from different classes and different clubs, and just people that are friends of friends. And it's really great it's a really great place to be meeting people and to be talking with people, and I've definitely met a lot of amazing people. And I'm hoping that everyone who I met, or people who are interested in, continue to stay in touch with me, because you know it's gonna be different because we're not all gonna be in the same place, and it's gonna be harder to keep in contact. But at the same time, we are moving into true adulthood, and you can kind of have more freedom in moving around and continue meeting people, but also it is it's just different. So that's regarding meeting people. So if you're going into college right now, or if you're in college right now, I definitely recommend you to meet more people and talk with more people, because it's probably the one time in your life that you will have such a large popular concentration of people that's just in your age range. And not only that, but a lot of people who are really, really smart and talented at what they do, master students, PhD students, and of course professors who are literally the experts in their field, and they've dedicated their lives to studying it. It's amazing sometimes when you talk with them and discuss their work, and that they're just really passionate about that. Regarding clubs, I joined a variety of clubs back in freshman year, but there was one that I continued doing, and that is Illini Esports. And it's always been something that I like to do on my spare time. I like to play video games because I think it's enjoyable, and it's sort of a break from doing hard work, doing homework. You can always take a break and just play some games. Um, in that club, I've been for the past 3 years helping out with events. I've been to pretty much every single League of Legends World Championship watch party. I've been helping out with that. We also hosted this year our first large scale invitational, where we had, I think, 12 or so schools come in from all over the country to compete in Smash, League of Legends, and Rocket League. So it was really fun to be on the floor of an event and basically help out there and get to see a huge, large scale event run. And it's just really fun. And I also started out in this club playing Fortnite, and it's definitely been quite a journey throughout the 4 years. And I'm very glad that they've been a welcome family. And I've always been, found that club fun. And I think if you're here on college, and you should definitely go join a lot of different clubs, because it's definitely a great way to meet people, and also a great way to spend your time, because when you're here on college campus, you're not going to necessarily have you might not know what to do, and joining clubs, you can find people that have common interests and be able to spend either your spare time after you're done with school, or even on the weekends, and you can do things like that. So that way you wouldn't be feel bored, and actually learn some things. And speaking of things that things that I do on campus, I've been rock climbing with my roommate, and we basically go twice a week. And it's a really fun activity, because not only do you work out, you also sort of get stronger, because you need to be able to pull yourself up, and it's fun because you get to solve these interesting puzzles, and you got to try to make your way to the top based on your skill level and based on your height and stuff like that. There are a lot of different factors that go in to solving puzzles, and even if you have a little height difference, sometimes people have different ways of solving it. So it's really fun activity, and that also helps you. That also is a workout. I also went skating, ice skating, because our university has an ice rink, and that's very fun to do. And I definitely recommend people to try it out. I think ice skating has a higher barrier of entry, because you need to be able to balance on skates, and it's definitely kind of hard. But I would say to people who want to try it out, it probably takes, 1 or 2 sessions. So each session's about an hour long to sort of get on your feet. I've had friends who came over who've not skated before, and by the end of the first session, they can sort of go in a straight line and not need to be on the wall. So it just really depends on, if you just keep trying and not afraid of falling, you will definitely be able to improve fast in ice skating. Other stuff I've done on campus, I've also been uh, to some of the museums here. I've been to the art museum, and I have not gotten a chance to go to the Natural History Museum. But those are also things that I think people should check out on campus, because a lot of universities have museums, and usually they are free for students. And it's just fun thing to check out. And normally if you go out into, let's say, Chicago, or you go to other cities, it would be like $20 or $30 to visit a museum, and it's free on campus. So I definitely recommend people to do that. And finally, I definitely went to just do the gym to work out. And I think that's something that people should think about. It's probably just once a week, go run or go lift some weights, or stay active, because a lot of times students, sit through for long hours in lectures, and then do homework for long hours, and then end up watching Netflix or YouTube for long hours, and you really don't get a lot of activity. You do get activity walking to class, but it's always good to exercise more and stay active. So those are the things that I did, and I definitely have a lot more that I didn't mention, but there's a lot of stuff to do on campus, so just go explore. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about COVID, because that is definitely a big thing that affected us all. And I remember when it first started, that was in by freshman year, and we basically had to go home for spring break, and we thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 weeks, and it was not 2 or 3 weeks. And we ended up having our stuff stored by professional movers, and that was pretty interesting of an experience. And I didn't get to, experience sort of, we went in right as we moved into spring. So for the next semesters, I think fall, spring, and fall, I ended up being at home and studying. Uh, Actually, for I think I we stayed at home for all 4 semesters, so throughout sophomore year, and I think we were back in junior year. I am my brain is not working very well right now. But basically, I didn't get to. Yeah, we were back in junior year. It was not that long, and I think that's one thing that COVID did, was it sort of shifted time perspectives, because it made things move both super fast and super slow. It's like that year never existed. But yeah, we were gone sophomore year, and we were back junior year. And junior year was very interesting, because it was the semester after COVID. A lot of things were still online, but I was here in person. And we had COVID testing for those who were not vaccinated, and those who were vaccinated can do COVID testing. And I did it a few times, especially when I got sick. And luckily, all those times were negative, so I just got the flu, or got the common cold. And that was definitely an interesting time, to say the least. And it definitely changed life up. As I said, it made time different, feel different. It was a different time. Um, Now, regarding winter, I think that's one of the biggest things when people talk about, especially from where I came from, which is California. We don't have snowy winters. So when we think about going to a school like U of I, we're like, hey, it might be very, very cold and wintry, and it might be miserable. The thing is, after my first year, I did really like snow. There are ways to prepare for it, including getting a jacket, a thick winter jacket that goes down to your thighs. I would recommend that to everybody, because the reason why you get that is so that if you get normal jackets that go up to near your waist and stomach area, or basically down to where your pants connect with your shirt, it allows cold air to come in, and it's really uncomfortable. So if you get a lower cut jacket, you will be able to not feel any coldness. And so yeah, the one thing I love about snow, I tell everyone, is that you don't get wet because until it melts. But well, as it is snow, you can always dust it off, and you won't get wet compared to rain. So it's much more pleasant to walk through it. And I remember the first time it snowed, I was that one guy out there carrying an umbrella through the snow. You didn't need to do that. You can just accumulate snow on your jacket and just brush it off before you go into a building. So yeah, snow was pretty interesting, but I was also expecting really, really, really cold weather. And luckily or unluckily, I didn't get to experience that for a couple of reasons. One, because our first winter freshman year was relatively mild. Definitely mild compared to the year before. I was talking to friends who were here, and they were like, it was really, really cold last year. Be prepared. And it didn't end up being that cold. Sophomore year, again, COVID, we weren't here to experience winter. I think that year might have been slightly colder, but I don't know. I wasn't here to experience it and didn't get to basically skip that winter. Junior year, as well as senior year, when we came back, it didn't snow as much. In fact, I think last year it snowed maybe 3 or 4 times. We did get like a blizzard, not a blizzard, but like a snowstorm warning, and school basically closed for a day. And there was a good, couple inches of snow that accumulated, but we didn't really have long periods of snow. We didn't have a lot of snow days, which I don't really mind, but also we didn't have long periods where snow just accumulated on the ground. There would be like maybe a week and then it would just all melt away. So in a way, I feel kind of scammed that I didn't actually get to experience really, really cold weather. But obviously, in a way, I'm glad that I didn't have to go through really, really cold weather. So yeah, that's just something about winter. I didn't get the full experience, but I got some experience with the snow, and I throughout the time here, I definitely built a few snowmen, and and I got to walk around in snow, and it's definitely an experience living in a snowy place. Finally, another thing that we did sometimes when I'm here is going to Chicago, because Chicago is far away, but it's not terribly far. It's about 2 to 2.5 hours away in perfect driving condition. It's about a 2 hour train ride away, and it's definitely fun to just go there. I've been to Millennium Park multiple times, and and then just walking around the city. I went to like places like the Starbucks Roastery, and the Apple Store there, and it's definitely a fun thing to do when you have more time on the weekends. But it's not it's definitely a big trip because it's 2 hours away. So yeah, that's basically concludes my segment on stuff I did here at school. And um, I think over the past 4 years, it's definitely been an interesting experience in the middle of these cornfields, and being in the middle of nowhere, but also in the middle of somewhere, because this school is just it's big, and there's a lot of things. Like we have a Costco now. It was built in 2020, and we have a lot of stores here, and it's definitely does not feel too much like the middle of nowhere. It's just to get anywhere else, you have to drive for a long time. But yeah, that is my time here. And the next part of this video, I'm just going to be giving quick channel updates, since I will not be here anymore. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop making videos. Um, I'm gonna try to continue with weekly videos, especially there are a lot of new stuff coming out. AI stuff coming every day pretty much. But there's also like the Apple WWDC that's in the beginning of June, which is in I think 3 weeks, and a lot of different other things that are going to go on. But as always, if you have anything you would like me to talk about, I'm more than happy to share my thoughts on anything. Hopefully, it's something that I can that I'm slightly and at least slightly know more stuff about. Otherwise, I'll do some research. But make sure to leave comments below if you have anything you want me to talk about, because I'm definitely interested in exploring different topics and things that people want to watch. Over the summer, I will be traveling a bit, so that means I will try my best to record videos or pre-record videos or things like that. But I hope I don't miss one, but I might miss one. I'm sorry if I do miss a video upload. But because I'm traveling, there will be some vlog content. In fact, I have vlog videos that I've recorded that I just haven't had time to edit. If you have watched my channel trailer, basically introducing this channel, I said I was going to do vlogs and edited content, and I haven't done those two. I've done talking head videos like this one. So I will be doing that and working on that over the summer. I have like 3 videos completely filmed, just not edited, and more on the way. So I will definitely be working on those and releasing those. So hopefully you'll look forward to those. It's going to be slightly different style to this. It's just not me talking into a microphone and about one particular topic, but hopefully it'll be interesting for people to watch. And lastly, I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I've just been, for every video, I do some research, I do some making sure that I have good sources and also interesting topics to talk about. And it's very cool to see that there are people actually watching and also interacting. If you like the video and also comment, it really shows that there are people out there that are enjoying this content. So I'm very, very glad that people are enjoying this content and finding it interesting. And I hope you continue to find my content interesting. It's definitely gonna add different stuff to it. And yeah, at any point, if you have anything, like I said before, leave them in the comments below, because I do read every single one of them, and they are very nice to read, and I will try to reply to you if you have any questions and things like that. So yeah, with that said, as always, if you like the video, please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. There will be a lot more new videos coming, especially through the summer. Hopefully I will have more time, and this will be the last time that you will probably see this room in a video. So thank you for following me all this time this past year, and I will continue to make videos and hope you will continue watching. And with that said, thank you for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye bye.